Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your seats now so we get started with the ceremony. Okay, we like the Norristown JRTC will be presenting the colors for this evening. All right, everybody please rise.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I'd like to thank the Honors Choir for singing of our national anthem. At this time, I'd like to present Jim Williams. He will be doing the invocation.
Thank you, Steve. Join with me now as we acknowledge our Creator and give thanks for this evening. Gracious God, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for your many blessings that you have bestowed upon each and every one of us. Even when we don't merit it, you love us anyway. So for your love, your grace, your mercy, again, that you shower on each of us, we give you thanks. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for the people that we honor this evening. We thank you for their accomplishments, both on the field of competition, court of competition, and in life. And we thank you for this institution that produced such individuals. We ask a special blessing upon all of those that we honor this evening and pray that you would continue to be with them and let them continue to be beacons of light in our community. We thank you again for just the privilege of living in the great country that we live in. We thank you for all of its provisions, all of your provisions for each and every one of us. And for all of that, we acknowledge you and we give you thanks. And all of these things, Heavenly Father, we pray and ask in your holy and precious name. Amen.
excuse me. I was a wrestler, not a basketball player. I would like to welcome everyone to our 39th Annual Hall of Fame, Hall of Champions induction ceremony. Tonight, 8 graduates of Norristown High will be honored by the association. 3 new inductees will be welcomed into the Hall of Fame for their success since the graduation from Norristown. 5 new inductees will be received into the Hall of Champions based upon their exploits in the athletic arena as students at Norristown High. I'd like to mention that each of these individuals, they prepare themselves for success. Success just doesn't happen. On behalf of the association, we would like to recognize and thank the Norristown Area School District Board of Directors for all their support. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Janice Samuels, and Principal Ed Roth of Norristown High School, and the Athletic Director, Tony Palladino. And we'd also like to give Mr. Roth a welcome here. It's his first in ceremony. I would also like to thank State Representative Matthew Bradford of the Pennsylvania House. He has presented citations here from the state legislature for each of the individuals. On a personal note, I would really like to thank the members of the association. They have done a fabulous job again providing the ceremony, getting a hold of the inductees, just so much involved. They are just a really tremendous group. Each inductee will have their picture and bio placed within the school for all our students to see the rich heritage that Norristown has. Our heritage is a really fabulous one. And if you ever have the chance, please take time and look at the different people who have attended our schools. I also want to invite anyone who is interested to be part of our organization. Get a hold of one of our members, and we'll gladly have you help us out and support us. This has been our 39th year, and we'd like to have another 39 years after this. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Janice Samuels, Superintendent of Norristown School District.
Good evening. It is indeed a pleasure to welcome you to the Norristown Area School District and the beautiful Norristown Area High School. Before going any further, I'd like to ask you to please join me in really saluting and thanking and acknowledging the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Champions Committee for doing such an amazing job. Thank you so much. Nothing is so infectious as being an example. Being a role model is one of the most powerful forms of educating others. Research shows that more than 75% of all children across the United States state that community leaders, family members, coaches, teachers are critical role models in their lives. As new inductees into the Hall of Fame and Hall of Champions, you are indeed incredible role models and examples, not only to our students, but to the larger community. Role models motivate us. Role models teach us and uncover our true potential. As inductees, may you understand the magnitude of just how important you are in the lives of others. Please know it is through your examples, your actions, and your deeds that amazing things happen. You have the potential, and you're demonstrating that through all that you have accomplished already, that you can really change life chances for others. As role models and examples, you really influence the lives of others for an eternity. You are incredible beacons of light, navigating the way and setting positive examples. As beacons of light, as role models, as examples, may you continue to shine your light on the Norristown Area School District and this broader community. It is indeed a pleasure to salute each and every one of you for your incredible accomplishments. Congratulations and thank you.
Vernon L Fisher, class of 1965. As a basketball player, he played all positions on the varsity team during his high school years, 1963 through 1965, and was team captain during those same years. He was named All-State Third Team in 1964 and All-State Fourth Team in 1965. His senior year, he scored 259 points and averaged 16.3 points per game. He was voted Most Valuable Player at the Conshohocken Fellowship House Invitational in 1964-65 and led the Suburban 1 League in scoring in 1964-1965. During his junior and senior years, he also performed on the track team, placing second in the high jump at the 1964-1965 Montco track meet. Following high school, he received a degree in social work at Millersville University in 1972, and then earned a master's in human services at Lincoln University in 1987. He is employed by Neighborhood Services of Lancaster and the School District of Lancaster, Reynolds Middle School, where he is Leadership Development Coordinator. For 33 years, he served as Executive Director at Neighborhood Services of Lancaster, and for 7 years was Coordinator for the City of Lancaster Federal Weed and Seed Initiative. He has served as Coordinator for the Pennsylvania Federal Weed and Seed Initiative for 3 years. His memberships include the Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, Partnership Charter School Board of Directors, United Way of Lancaster Government Relations Committee, and the National Guardianship Association Board of Directors. He served in the United States Navy from October 1967 to August 1969, and is a member of St. Paul's Baptist Church in Columbia, Pennsylvania. He and his wife, Lisa Gingrich, reside in Willow Street, Pennsylvania. His sons are Vernon Scott with wife Jessica Fisher and Taylor Eugene Boynes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's join together and welcome Vernon L. Fisher to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions.
Good evening. This is almost like went to church first time and the minister began the sermon, says something, and the church is quiet. Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank all the work done by the committee. I've had an opportunity to work with members of the committee, I guess, over the past several months. It takes a lot of time, a lot of commitment for someone or anyone to volunteer their time and commitment for something that they believe is something worthwhile and special. Standing on this side of the fence, this is incredible. Thank you. This whole crowd, this crew over here reminds me of the days when I could run and jump and my family would be cheering me on. They're here, they're still taking care of me. And so I wanted to thank them. I love them, thank you. I have friends and families travel a long way to get here. So just want to let you know that I really, really appreciate your support. Anytime anyone would take a moment of their time to say something good about you, particularly in these days, means a lot. So I want you to know from my heart, thank you for your support. I got to thank the man above for the gifts that he had given me to play basketball. Let me do something that I love that game. And guided me through, let me get it through high school and through college. And he hasn't stopped molding me yet. I have a grandson that's 11 months old. In fact, I think his first birthday party will be in the next several weekends. When born, was not breathing, and it was a struggle to keep him alive. And I asked the Lord, I said, you know what? If you can take care of me on this one, please keep him alive. Let him have an opportunity that I've had. So the Lord has blessed me with that. He's blessed me also with some health issues, nothing major, but gave me some wake-up calls. And so much so that I found myself at the church door saying thank you. So I just, I can't let you know at all how much that has meant to me and developed my relationship and friendship with the Lord. So, and you guys just make this work for me. I got about 2 seconds left. Again, thank you very, very much. And again, the committee and members of the committee, thank you very, very much. And for this, I love you. Thank you.
C. Doreen Clark Harris, class of 1976. Playing on the varsity basketball team from 1974 to 1976, she was elected captain during her senior year when the team won the first Suburban I championship in the history of Norristown Area High School girls basketball. She played the power forward position and was selected for the Today's Post All-Area 1976 girls hoop team. She was the recipient of a varsity letter and jacket. She was also the most valuable player for the first-class girls flag football team. She played running back and ran for more than 400 yards in 2 games. Continuing her education, she attended East Stroudsburg State College. She then transferred to American University in Washington, D.C., when she received a basketball scholarship. There, she earned a BA degree in health and physical education in 1980. Retired from the Los Angeles City Department Human Resources Division, she worked as a facility director for the Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks from 1989 to 2014. From 1997 to 2001, she was Deputy Commissioner for Watts Friendship Sports League in Los Angeles City. From 1983 to 1989, she was Athletic Director for Watts Willowbrook Boys and Girls Club. She served as a California Interscholastic Federation basketball official for women and girls at the high school and junior college levels from 1986 until 2005. From 1980 to 1983, she was a PIAA Bucksmont chapter member. As a volunteer basketball coach for youth ages 6 to 8, she served at the George Washington Carver Community Center in Norristown from 1971 to 1976. And as a volunteer coach for Summer League women's basketball and softball at the center from 1976 until 1980. A volunteer for 290 hours for the Los Angeles Unified School District's Perry Middle School, she is also a facilitator for underprivileged girls ages 7 to 14 years, in Watts, California. She resides in Lawndale, California, with her son, Bruce Jr. And now, let's welcome C. Doreen Clark Harris to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I must thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for his grace and mercy. For without him, I know I would not be here tonight. Right now, I am so overwhelmed and honored to be standing before Norristonians in my high school. I want to acknowledge my mother, Catherine Clark Weldon, my grandmom, Daddy Joe, Uncle Bunky, Aunt Martha, Mackie Dew, Ebenezer Sunday School and Church, Carver Center, and all my family members, friends, and teachers who pushed and believed in me. Mom, thanks for all the rides to practice, for attending all, yes people, all my high school games and some of my college games. Thanks so much, Mom, for bragging about my athletic abilities. You don't know how much that motivated me to be who I am today. Thank you, Mother. I am grateful for my only child, my only son, Bruce Jr., who traveled with me from Los Angeles, California. When I told him I was being inducted at my high school for my skills and achievements, he said, Mom, I'm proud of you and wouldn't miss it for the world. Thank you, son. It meant the world to me that you traveled, took off work to be with your mother. I also need to thank all of you out there who competed against me and lost. Motivation, motivation. I want to tell every young person out here tonight that if you work hard, do right, help others, never give up, and keep God first, you too will achieve. Thank you, Hall of Fame, Hall of Champions Committee, for this awesome, prestigious acknowledgement. I am truly overwhelmed and grateful. Thank you. I must acknowledge two other people, maybe 3 or 4. But happy birthday, KK, my sister. And on a serious note, Vonnie, Cuddy's Place, thank you for being the glue to our family, physically present for our mother. I am on the West Coast, and the other siblings are about 45 minutes away. But you are right there. We love you. Thank you. We appreciate you. To God be the glory. Thank you, people.
Theron A. Ellis, class of 1986. This football player was the starting outside linebacker and offensive tackle during his sophomore, junior, and senior years. He was named first team All-Suburban 1 on offense and defense in both 1984 and 1985. In his junior year, he blocked a field goal attempt on Thanksgiving Day to preserve a tie game. The team had a record of 8 wins and 3 losses in his senior year, and he led the team in quarterback sacks all 3 varsity years, collecting 9 sacks in 1986. Selected for the 1986 Montgomery County All-Star Game, he was also named first team All-District and All-State on defense in 1986. As a basketball player, he was starting center on the varsity in 1984, 1985, and 1986. Named captain in 1986, he averaged 8 rebounds and 4 block shots per game. An N Club member at NAHS, he studied 3 years at the Vocational Technical High School, where he took diesel mechanics. Prior to the county all-star game, he participated with the team visiting children at Children's Hospital in Philadelphia. He earned a degree in physical education at West Virginia University in Morgantown, West Virginia in 1991. While at West Virginia, he was a 3-year starter as linebacker on the university's football team. He played in the East-West Shrine Football Classic and the Blue-Gray game. He played 1 year with the Cleveland Browns in the NFL, 1 year with the Sacramento Surge in the World Football League, and 8 years as a semi-pro with the Philadelphia Norristown Storm. Employed as a diesel mechanic, he has 14 years of involvement with the Patty Simon Food Drive. A resident of Lower Providence, his children are Ashley and Alyssa O'Donnell, Keisha Wilson, Nico Priano, Tyrese Irvin, and Jasmine Martin. Tonight, we honor the athletic accomplishments of Theron A. Ellis and welcome him to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions.
All right, first of all, I'd like to thank the committees for nominating me, my family and friends for being here. And to tell you the truth, I'm not real big on awards and accolades and stuff like that. On another note, 10 years ago, this day, it was my father who was inducted. That I really miss. So I'd like to thank everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Stephen P. Fiddler, Jr., class of 1998. A wrestler during all 4 years of high school, this athlete compiled a career record of 86 wins, 39 losses, and 29 falls. He was named team captain in 1998. He was a member of 3 Suburban 1 championship teams, 2 PIAA section championship teams, 2 PIAA District 1 championship teams, 2 PIAA regional championship teams, and 2 district dual meet championship teams. High school honors included being named All Suburban 1 First Team in 1995, 1997, and 1998. He was honorable mention All-League in 1996 and was named to the district All-Academic Wrestling First Team in 1998. He was named second team in 1995 and first team in 1998 to the All-Area Times Herald team. He was named third team Philadelphia Inquirer All-Area in 1998 and All-Area second team by the Montgomery Post and honorable mention in 1995 to 1997. In 1998, he was selected as the High School Triangle Club Danahower Award nominee from Norristown. His tournament achievements include LaSalle, first place in 1995, Haverford, third at 130 pounds in 1996, and first at 160 pounds in 1997. Phillipsburg, third place in 1996, and first place in 1997. And Beast of the East, second place in 1997. Following high school, he earned a degree in environmental sciences at East Stroudsburg University in 2003 and wrestled for a year there in 1999. He is employed by Bay State Pool Supplies, a resident of Collegeville with his wife, Erin Lobb. The couple has 2 daughters, Gracie and Sarah. This inductee's sister, Donna, was previously inducted into the Hall of Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Stephen P. Fiddler, Jr. to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions.
I stand here tonight feeling grateful. Grateful for the education I received at Norristown Area High School and the wonderful teachers and coaches that guided me along the way. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Coach Harner for being the most influential coach of my career. He showed us many life skills that go far beyond wrestling. The one quality he showed us over and over again was his dedication. Not only did Coach Hunter have 6 a.m. practice, he would pick up the underprivileged kids every morning to make that individual and team successful. That lesson always stuck with me, as did many others. I consider myself privileged to have a coach of his caliber in my life. I would also like to thank Coach McCarthy. Behind every successful head coach, there are many assistant coaches that have substantial influence along the way. I am also grateful for Mark Harner, whom it all started with as a child with the West Norton Golden Eagles. I would like to thank my parents They traveled and sat in gyms for hours every weekend, making my dream of becoming a good wrestler a possibility. As a child, you don't understand the dedication of parents until you become one yourself. Thank you, Mom and Dad. While wrestling at Norristown, I forged many friendships that would last a lifetime. They became best men at my wedding. Some are here with me tonight: Jason Donahue, Jason Schmidt, and Jermaine Daly. Last but not least, I would like to thank my wife, Erin, who stuck with me through it all. I remember seeing her for the first time in biology class looking beautiful. She was wearing a John Travolta t-shirt. I thought I might look a smidge like him, so maybe I had a chance. Just some of the crazy thoughts that go through a 15-year-old boy's head. Now, 20 years later, we have two girls that are the loves of my life. I love you, Erin, Gracie, and Sarah. And thanks again to the Norristown Hall of Champions Committee.
Matthew T. Grayowski, class of 2012. A member of the varsity bowling team all 4 years of high school, this inductee finished first in the Suburban One League with a record 38-18 in his freshman year. He had an average of 187, a high series of 632, and a high game of 264. In 17 out of 42 individual games, he scored at least 200. The team finished first in the Suburban One League again in his sophomore year with a record of 45-11. Named first team All-League in Suburban One and voted Male Bowler of the Year by Suburban One coaches. His season statistics were an average score of 214, high series of 700, and high game of 259. The varsity squad finished first in Suburban One in his junior year, and he had a record of 45-11. He qualified as an individual for Eastern Regionals based on a season average of 215, which was first in Suburban One League. He medaled at states as number 12 in Pennsylvania, was named to the first team All-League, and voted Male Bowler of the Year by Suburban One coaches. His season stats included an average of 215, a new school record, a high series of 717, and a high game of 289. Co-captain of the team that went 44-12 in his senior year, he qualified for Eastern Regionals based on a season average of 209. The team set a new school record for a single game with 1197, and he was named first team Suburban One League. His average for the season was 209, his high series 704, and high game 279. He bowled 26 200 games out of 42 and was named first team Suburban One League. The varsity squad won the Snow Roller Tournament at Leisure Lanes in Lancaster, and his bowling coach all 4 years at Norristown was Candy Johnson. While at NAHS, he was a member of the National Honor Society and the Robotics Club. Following high school, he played CYO basketball and baseball and continued to bowl Saturday mornings in various leagues. Employed as a painter with his dad at Burke's Painting in Conshohocken, he is a member of St. Paul Roman Catholic Church and resides in Norristown. Tonight, we honor the athletic achievements of Matthew Grayowski and welcome him to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Champions.
step one out of the way. I didn't fall up the stairs. That's a good thing. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank the committee for hosting this event. It's such an honor for me to be recognized by the committee for my bowling. I think I am the first bowler to be recognized in the committee, and I'm truly so humbled. And I know someone else who's really humbled is my coach, Candy Johnson. When I was a freshman, sorry, a little nervous. She gave me, thank you. She gave me the opportunity to bowl on the varsity team. Normally, freshmen never really had the chance to bowl on varsity because the competition back then when I was a freshman was really, really tough. There was 8 to 9 bowlers that had a chance to bowl on varsity, and she gave me the opportunity, and I pulled through, and I bowled my butt off, and that's why I feel up here today because of her. And also, her success also was she made the best cookies ever. Like whenever she made the cookies, everyone always bowled like 15 to 20 pins above their average. There was always something in those cookies. I don't know what it was. I would like to thank my teammates also. They were truly, like, I wasn't gifted with having brothers, but they were like my brothers to me. Yeah. I'd like to thank my parents, my mother, my father, always so supportive of me. Always there at every match, always cheering me on, whether it was the good times or the bad times. I'd like to thank my family that's also here, everyone here to cheer me on today. Thank you. I'd like to thank the honorees and the students here today. It's such a great honor to be here. And there's a quote from I want to say from the late Chuck Knowles, someone who meant a lot to me. After when I made states, he called me to his office to like congratulate me and have a long talk. To me, I was never into like success. Like I never liked to brag about myself, but he told me to embrace the moment because not everyone gets to feel the moment that I get to feel today, or anybody gets to feel. And I know I can't go back in time to go back to high school bowling, but I know when I look at this plaque and I recognize this moment, I will always cherish it forever. Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to recognize some of the student athletes at Norristown High School, and Mr. Anthony Palladini, the athletic director. Please come forward.
First, I want to say congratulations to those inducted into the Hall of Champions and those who will be inducted shortly into the Hall of Fame. I also want to thank the committee for recognizing our current student athletes and giving them the opportunity to see firsthand the fine tradition of Norristown. We'll start recognizing the student athletes with our sophomore class. First, Elisa Trujillo. Elisa is a member of the ladies soccer team, winter track and spring track and field teams. She has earned her varsity letter in soccer, is a staff member of the JROTC in only her sophomore year, and takes all weighted honors classes. Her future plans include attending Valley Forge Military Academy and enlisting in the Army. From her soccer coach Noche, Emily understands how hard work and dedication in her game is constantly elevating because of this. She plays her hardest in the full 80 minutes of the game and is there to provide support and feedback to her teammates. She is also the recipient of the girls' soccer defensive MVP award, but is available to play where coach needs her. Emily is a true team player. Emily would like to thank Coach Noche for being more than just a coach and Sergeant Shearer and Chifo for always pushing her to being a well-rounded student and successful leader. Our next sophomore is Bailey Heydrich. Bailey is a member of the field hockey, swimming, and softball teams and also plays for the Harleysville Thunderbirds Gold Traveling Softball Team. She maintains a 4.1 GPA in all weighted honors classes and has achieved distinguished honors in her academic work. Bailey's other notable achievements include being a Bridge to Employment inductee, a Special Olympics partner volunteer, a volunteer for the East Norristown Little League, a field hockey and swimming student athlete of the month, dropping 37 seconds from her breaststroke in her first year of swimming, being the varsity softball starting shortstop, winning Rookie of the Year honors for softball, and garnering multiple tournament MVP awards. Bailey plans to attend college after graduating and will continue to work to maintain her GPA and be eligible for multiple scholarships. From Coach O'Neill, Bailey has been a member of the high school swim team for 1 year where she barely knew how to swim the strokes. She has become good at the breaststroke and will carry this over into her second year on the team. Bailey would like to thank her parents for all their sacrifice and their time to help her go further in life, her great-grandparents who taught her that nothing in life is handed to you, and if you want something badly enough, you will work for it. She also wants to thank the rest of her family and friends for pushing her and encouraging her to follow her dreams. Lastly, she wants to congratulate her cousin Zach for sharing this night with her and always stepping out of line to say hi. Our next sophomore, Ricardo Moreno Alvarez. Ricardo is a member of our cross-country, winter track, and spring track and field teams. During his freshman year, he won second place at the Armory Center in New York City in the 800 meters. He won first place overall in the Vietnam Veterans Memorial 5K and Jake Moletsky 5K. He also came in second overall in the JROTC Training Challenge. Ricardo helped the cross-country team win its first Pioneer Athletic Conference meet in school history by coming in first place overall against Pottstown. His future plans include winning the PAC championship in cross-country someday and to be at a 4-minute mile. From Coach Shearer, Ricardo's commitment to both academic and athletic excellence resulted in his being named the captain of the Norristown area high school's cross-country team in only his second year. His willingness to sacrifice for our school and the Norristown community is in keeping with the finest traditions of our learning institution. Ricardo would like to thank his parents, but especially his mom, for going to all of his competitions and always supporting him. He would also like to thank Sergeant Shearer for encouraging him to do better and reach his goals, and especially all of his friends for their support and encouragement. Now for members of our junior class. Nick Seaman. Nick is a member of the high school wrestling team. He has been recognized as the #2 All-State Athletic Scholar in the sport of wrestling. Nick has also become the consolation champion at the Mahwah Eastern National Championships, and he placed 6th in the Pioneer Athletic Conference Championship Tournament last season. Nick plans on attending college upon graduation. From Coach Harner, Nick is a student athlete that works hard in and outside of the wrestling room. His determination and work ethic is second to none, and he will be a leader for our wrestling team this year. Nick would like to thank God, his parents and brother, Coach Harner, Coach Maggio, and Coach Snyder for all their help. Lorraine Boggs. Lorraine has been a member of the Eagles' winter track and spring track and field teams and is currently on the girls' volleyball team. She was a member of the 2 relay teams that placed at the indoor state meet. In her junior year of volleyball, she was voted the most effective blocker for the team and was on the honor roll during her sophomore year. She also attends Central Moscow Technical School and is enrolled in the nursing program. She will continue to study in college to become a dermatologist. From her Aunt Erica, Lorraine, I am so sorry that I am missing your special occasion due to a previous engagement. However, I am sending this note to express that I am extremely proud of you. To see the young woman you have blossomed to be is amazing. You are smart, athletic, and talented in so many ways. God had a plan that we did not understand, one that we did not agree with, but today you have shown us that He knows best. Keep striving, keep pushing, the best is yet to come. I know my sister is rejoicing in heaven, knowing that the foundation she laid before departing has not gone in vain, that the prayers she prayed as your mother are being answered. From Coach Randolph, Lorraine's constant push to be better and her mothering ways with our team kept our 2017 season positive. There is still more work to be done to get Lorraine her college looks, so her senior year is going to be amazing to witness. Lorraine will be a huge factor to our success in 2018. Lorraine would like to thank her me-mom, godmom, and dad for being her support system and her volleyball coach for pushing her to perform to the best of her abilities. I love all of you and am grateful to have you in my life. McKeel Allen. McKeel is a member of the boys basketball team. Among his accomplishments, he includes winning 8 AAU tournaments, getting invited to Hawaii for a World Basketball Tournament, and winning the MVP and championship of that tournament. He wants to attend either Seton Hall or North Carolina to play basketball and major in engineering. From Coach Johnson, McKeel Allen is an up-and-coming young man that has not only presented himself on the basketball court, but has also been recognized for his commitment to academics in the classroom. He has admirable leadership skills as well as on-the-court work ethic that will catch the eye of many colleges, and with his continued hard work and dedication, he will be an asset to whatever college or university he chooses to attend. McKeel would like to thank his family, coaches, and God for putting him in a place where he thrives at being a student athlete. He has worked hard to get to this point where he can see success for himself and his team. And now for members of our senior class, Zachary Haim. Zach has been an active member in the lacrosse and football teams at Norristown while also being a member of the JROTC Raiders. He is a captain of the football team while maintaining a GPA above 3.5 and being listed on the honor roll in 9th, 10th, and 11th grades. His post-high school plans include going to college and majoring in sports management. From Coach Powell, if you just take a moment to see Zach's helmet, you would understand about his grit and determination that has made him the young man he is today. Coming back from injury that would have depleted many, instead he embraced it and made it back stronger than ever. Zach's sheer work ethic and determination will no doubt bring him success. He has led by example to all of his peers and has set the bar higher for those that have witnessed his enthusiasm for football. Zach would like to thank his family, especially his dad, who has made the biggest impact in his life, pushing him to accomplish his goals and never give up. He has shown him how to be a man and a responsible, respectful adult. He has learned how to be a hard-working and dedicated person thanks to his father. Zach also wants to thank Coach Powell for believing in him and giving him the opportunity to play the game he loves. Our next senior, Boubacar Awara. Boubacar is on the Eagles football, winter track, and spring track and field teams. He qualified for states during winter track and was named captain of the 2017 football team. His future plans include going to college to study psychology and to continue his football career. From Coach Powell, Boubacar is a leader. He leads by his example and by being a student of the game, which has set himself far apart from many. We will be excited as we wait for more of Boubacar's successes and on his decision to further his education and football career in college. Boubacar would like to thank his family and his close friends. All of them have had a huge impact on his life and have helped him have helped shape him into the young man he is today. They continually help to keep him motivated and push him to become the best person he can be. And our final senior for tonight, Amaya Bankowski. Amaya is a member of the school's volleyball and swimming teams. She is vice president of the National Honor Society and vice president of the senior class. Upon graduation, she plans to go to college to become a physician's assistant. From Coach O'Neill, Amaya has been a varsity letter winner in swimming for the past 3 years and will be the team captain for the girls' team this year. She has tremendous leadership skills and will swim any stroke and event that is asked of her. She is truly deserving of this recognition. Amaya would like to thank her mom for being her biggest supporter.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Wilbur Cressman. He will be introducing the previous inductees that are here tonight.
Thank you, Steve. Before I have the honor of introducing the previous inductees, I'd like to tell you a little bit about an event which is going to occur in 2018, which the members of the Hall of Champions Association is very excited about. 40 years ago, in 1978, the Hall of Champions Association held its first induction ceremony. Thus, the Hall of Champions Association is planning a 40th anniversary celebration in the form of a dinner party at Presidential Caterers in East Norton Township on October 25th, 2018. The Hall of Champions Association has recognized and honored alumni who have excelled in athletics in high school, while in high school, and those who have excelled in their life pursuits in the Hall of Fame for 40 years. We were the first organization in southeastern Pennsylvania to honor high school alumni. We are looking forward to having the most prestigious and largest gathering of alumni and life members in our history. All living inductees and all living life members of the Hall of Champions Association will automatically receive an invitation to this event. What I want to tell the rest of you who are not inductees or not life members of the Hall of Champions Association, if you would like to attend this event, it's open to the public, but you must give us your name and address so that we can give you an invitation in the spring of 2018. You can do that by mailing your name and address to the Hall of Champions Association, 1900 Eagle Drive, care of Norristown High School, Area High School, Norristown 1903. Or you can see one of the members of the association and tell us, give us the name and address, and we will ensure that you get an invitation early in 2018. So that is what we're planning. And our theme is $40 per person for 40 years of honoring our alumni. And now I'd like to have the honor to present to you the previous inductees who are with us this evening. I would like the inductees to stand when I call your name and remain standing, and I ask the audience to hold your applause until we have recognized all of them. And the first previous inductee is retired Colonel George Heydrich, who has come all the way from the state of Virginia tonight to be with us. George is one of our few inductees who is in both the Hall of Fame and the Hall of Champions. He's qualified for both, and he has had a great career. Next, from the Hall of Champions, class of 2004, Harry Kaiser. From the class of 2004, hold your applause, please, Tim Harner. From the class of 1965 Hall of Champions, Dave Stagliano. From the Hall of Champions, class of 1954, Frank Ricky Batson. From the class of 1962 in the Hall of Champions, Jim Williams. From the Hall of Fame, class of 1949, Clarence Rader. From the class of 1957, Hall of Fame, author Jerry Spinelli. From the class of 1959, Hall of Fame, Bob Beardelli. From the class of 1973, Hall of Fame, Steve Harner. From the class of 1970, Hall of Fame, Christine Allman. From the class of 1959, Hall of Fame, swim coach Dick Schulberg. And from the class of 1968, Hall of Champions, Ernie Heydrich. Thank you all. Don't have his card.
Claire Berg Rus. class of 1963. After receiving her nursing degree, this NAHS graduate held several nursing positions in Norristown, Philadelphia, and Baltimore. Employed by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Maryland in 1972, she held 15 positions in her 18 years with the company. She started as a program coordinator to establish the first home health network in Maryland and progressed through manager and director positions in customer service and claims administration, where she led a team to design and implement an automated claims processing system that's still used today. Appointed to a task force in 1985, she helped create the first statewide preferred provider network for Medicare participants at the request of the United States Department of Health and Human Services. After a move to a subsidiary of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Maryland, she held the positions of Senior Vice President for Claims Administration, Executive Vice President, and Chief Operating Officer. The subsidiary managed $100 million in medical and dental claims annually. In 1992, she founded Future Health Corporation, which managed the health and wellness of employees and dependents for corporate customers. Clients included U.S. Foods, Penske, Pitney Bowes, PNC Bank, Campbell's, Heinz, Owens Corning, Alcoa, and the New York Stock Exchange. The company grew to service more than 300 employer groups and 1 million participants across the country. It employed more than 200 workers. Nationwide Mutual Insurance purchased the company in 2006, and she remained as the Chief Operating Officer. While at NAHS, she was a member of the swimming, hockey, gymnastics, and cheerleading teams, as well as the Future Nurses Club, the Sports Car Club, prom committees, the sports club, and the literary staff. She earned her RN at Montgomery Hospital School of Nursing in 1967 and her BS degree from the University of Baltimore, where she graduated summa cum laude in 1972. She earned an MBA degree from the University of Baltimore in 1974. She is a joint holder of a patent with scientists from the Johns Hopkins Applied Laboratory entitled An Automated Patient Management System, incorporating artificial intelligence to monitor compliance with medical guidelines. Last year, she married William Spinelli, a 1963 alumnus of NAHS. They reside in Baltimore, Maryland. She was previously married twice to husbands who are now deceased. She and her first husband, Chip Rosset, had one son, LC. She was also married to Terry Reagan, and she has 3 stepchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, let's extend a big welcome to Claire Berg Rosset as we induct her into the Norristown Area High School Hall of Fame.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I'd like to thank the committee, the Hall of Fame, and the Hall of Champions Committee for this honor. I'm very proud and happy to be here. I thank them for all their work to get this evening underway and realized. And I want you to know that even though I'm up here with this honor, I didn't get here alone by any means. It took an army. My first husband, Chip, and my son, LC, never complained about the dinners I didn't make, the weekends I worked, and the vacations that I canceled. They were always there to support me, and I thank them for not complaining. My sisters and their husbands and several other close friends actually came up with the seed money to invest in my company. The more traditional investors thought that taking a risk on me was way too risky. So I thank them because that's what started it. And then most of all, I want to thank all of the employees that I worked with over the years. I couldn't be here without the devotion that they showed and the passion for the work that we did. So thank you.
Joseph C. McKinley, MD, PhD, class of 1992. A board-certified diagnostic radiologist practicing in Casper, Wyoming. This inductee has extensive training in musculoskeletal radiology and sports medicine, with a special emphasis in non-surgical treatment of sports injuries. As a radiologist, he has first-hand knowledge of treatments and has developed novel solutions, including several patents for devices and procedures. He has a list of awards and honors, has published in major publications in musculoskeletal imaging and orthopedic medicine, and has presented at more than 40 conferences. He is the founder and CEO of McKinley Orthopedics, a design and manufacturing company featuring the IntelliSense and handheld robotic technology. He is also president and chief operating officer of McKinley Manufacturing, a custom machine and manufacturing shop with a fully integrated engineering team. The company has a skilled workforce and the ability to customize and design products in the oil, gas, mining, construction, motorsports, and medical fields. His companies employ more than 30 engineers, machinists, and skilled professionals. At NAHS, he was an honor student and a member of the wrestling and football teams. He earned BS and MS degrees at Temple University School of Engineering, then an MD at Temple School of Medicine. He also earned a PhD in cardiovascular physiology at Temple. He completed an internship in internal medicine transitional at Crozer Chester Medical Center, a residency in radiology at Stanford University, Stanford, California, and a fellowship in musculoskeletal and cardiovascular imaging, also at Stanford. He is president of both the Natroni County Medical Society and the Wyoming Medical Society. He is a volunteer for the American Boxing Club at the Boys and Girls Club of Central Wyoming and acts as fight doctor for their matches. He enjoys outdoor activities, including hiking, cross-country skiing, and biking. He's a competitive adventure racer, mountaineer, and triathlete. He has completed 7 swims from Alcatraz Island in San Francisco Bay. And in 2011, he summited Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest peak in Africa, as well as Mount Elbrus, the highest peak in Asia. He resides with his wife, Diane, and son, Joseph Charles Jr., in Casper, Wyoming. Please help us celebrate the achievements of Dr. Joseph C. McKinley as we welcome him to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Fame.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. I want to begin by thanking Coach Harner and the members of the board for putting on such a great program and bringing us all back here to Norristown. As was mentioned with Claire's speech, it takes a team really to create success and make us successful. For me, my team probably is larger than most to help one succeed. But fortunately, a lot of my team has ties back to the Norristown area. I'd like to begin by thanking my wife, Diane. Although she's not from Norristown, she's from North Penn. We won't hold that against her. But we actually met back in high school when I was back here in high school, and we went to the senior prom together. So we have prom pictures from here in Norristown. We have our son Charlie, who this is his first trip back to the high school. So it's great to show him around and show him some of the areas where I grew up. I'd like to thank my in-laws. Now, they allowed me to date their daughter from North Penn. You know, me coming from Norristown, they were a little skeptical, but I was part of the wrestling team, so I got credit for that. And, you know, they gave me a pass, but I still think they're a little skeptical of me. But I'd like to thank them for that opportunity. I'd like to thank my parents for sticking with me and giving me the opportunity to succeed, both here in high school and beyond, through college and throughout life, and keeping me out of trouble. My best friend from high school is here with me tonight, Samir Patel, also a classmate from class of '92, and has been a friend throughout college and throughout life. He's here with his wife and two lovely kids, so it's great to catch up and see him. I have some of my in-laws who are here and also had to put up with me throughout high school and helped with success over time. My neighbor from down the street, Mrs. Mary Bibbo, she gave me an opportunity very early on to earn money as a little kid, so I learned work ethic and I learned how to earn a living. Now, you know, I had a little bit of a selfish motivation for that. She makes just wonderful food, wonderful treats, and when we're finished here tonight, I heard she actually has a plate for me when we get out. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I was glad she was able to be here this evening. You know, this type of award is very humbling. It was when I received notification as being nominated by Coach Harner. You know, I thought he made a mistake. You know, can I really be old enough to be in the Hall of Fame? And then my wife pointed out that it was like 25 years ago that I graduated. So yes, that box got checked off. But really, it's humbling to be back here and to catch up with everyone and see everyone. It's been a wonderful week here in Philadelphia, starting with the Temple winning on Thursday night. Had an opportunity to be there for that game, and then sports teams all weekend, including the Eagles beating the Broncos. I live out in Wyoming now, so if they lost to the Broncos, I would have never heard the end of it. So that was great. And then just today I got to see some of the students in the school and see some of the educational programs that are happening here in Norristown, and it's really, really impressive. And what that really gets back to are what was I given here at Norristown, and that was an opportunity. Teachers nowadays, they really, it sometimes can be a thankless job, but what they're doing is giving us the skills and foundation to succeed in life. Now what we do with that opportunity is really up to us. But all of us had the same education, we've all had the same opportunity, and really I'd like to thank all of my teachers throughout my years in high school and college for the opportunity that was given to me and allowing me to be up here this evening to be back in high school and catch up with a lot of my friends and family. So thank you very much. Thank you, Coach Harner, again for the nomination and the opportunity to be back here, and I look forward to chatting with some of you after the event.
Jacqueline Parenti Marr, PhD, class of 2006. A recipient of a $30,000 research funding from both private and public institutions, this inductee has developed a programmatic line of research regarding the dynamics of physical activity and sedentary behavior in populations across the lifespan. She has a record of publishing in high-impact, peer-reviewed journals, including the American Journal of Preventive Medicine, Health Psychology, and Developmental Psychology. To date, she has 22 peer-reviewed journal articles, 11 of which are first author publications, and her research has been featured in popular magazines, including Allure and Women's Health. She has received various awards from professional and academic organizations during her career, and was most recently recognized for her dissertation work by the American Psychological Association in 2016. She received a university-wide award at Pennsylvania State University for outstanding efforts as a graduate teaching assistant in 2015. She is employed as an assistant professor of kinesiology at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro in Greensboro, North Carolina. While in high school, she was a member of the varsity softball, volleyball, and basketball teams, president of the National Honor Society and DECA, and class of 2006 historian. She received awards from DECA and the Norristown Girls Booster Club, along with the Diane Arrington Memorial Award and the East Norriton Girls Athletic Association Award. She received a BS degree in psychology and kinesiology from Pennsylvania State University in 2010, and an MS degree in kinesiology with a concentration in psychology of physical activity, also from Pennsylvania State University in 2012. She received her PhD degree in kinesiology, concentration in psychology of physical activity, from Penn State in 2015, and completed a postdoctoral fellowship in preventive medicine at the University of Southern California from 2015 to 2017. Her memberships include Society of Ambulatory Assessment, American Psychological Association, American College of Sports Medicine, Society of Behavioral Medicine, where she holds multiple leadership positions, North American Society for the Psychology of Sport and Physical Activity, and Association for Psychological Science. The daughter of Joseph Marr and Patricia Parenti Marr, she resides in Greensboro, North Carolina, with her husband, Adam Berg. An avid exerciser, she has run 2 marathons and is training for her 3rd. Tonight, we recognize the achievements of Jacqueline Parenti Marr, PhD, and we welcome her to the Norristown Area High School Hall of Fame.
Good evening, everyone. I'm really thankful, happy and thankful to be here tonight. I have a vivid memory of being back at this ceremony when I was a sophomore in high school 14 years ago. And I remember sitting in that audience and being in awe of the people that were being inducted into both the Hall of Champions and the Hall of Fame for all of the amazing accomplishments that they had achieved over the years. And I have to say that tonight was basically deja vu. I had the same feeling sitting in the audience tonight. And I'm really proud to be a part of this group of inductees into the Hall of Fame. I wanted to say that I have a lot of great memories from my time here in Norristown, but one of the things that I really value most from my time here is that I think being here made me a more empathetic, compassionate, and tolerant person. And given today's political and social climate, I think it's really great to have a place like this that values and emphasizes developing those characteristics in young people. So I'm grateful and proud to be from Norristown. And I know I'm relatively early in my career, but I'm really looking forward to the future and continuing to make Norristown proud. And lastly, I just want to thank the people that I've invited here tonight. None of the success doesn't happen in a vacuum, and none of this would be possible without you, my parents, my husband, my friends that are here tonight, coaches and mentors and previous teachers. So thank you.
Excuse me. At this time, we'd like to recognize some of our student scholars, and I'd like Mr. Roth, new principal of Norristown High School, please come up here to introduce him.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Ed Roth, and I do have the great privilege of being the principal of this great high school. There was a time in my life where I thought I was an athlete, and then I watched these presentations tonight and realized that I was not. And I thought that I was smart, and then I listened to the last three presentations and realized that I am not. One thing that I do realize as I sit here tonight, though, is that I am absolutely a part of something special being here at the Norristown Area High School. So I want to thank each and every one of you for all of your contributions to what makes Norristown a great place, even if you happen to be from North Penn. At this time, I'd like to shift gears from the past and focus on our future. The young men and women you are about to meet tonight are truly a part of something special, and they are a part of taking the great foundation that those who've been honored tonight have set and continuing to build the legacy of the Norristown Area High School. We begin with Jocelyn Lai. Jocelyn is a 10th grader here at the Norristown Area High School. She's a 4.16 GPA. She's currently taking all weighted honors classes with the exception of AP Bio and AP Psychology. She plans to go to college in a few years, enjoys reading, enjoys science, is the president of DECA as a sophomore, and she wants to thank her parents for her education. Jocelyn is an absolute example of what a Norristown Eagle should be. Thank you, Jocelyn. Next, we have another 10th grader, Tyara Lynch. Tyara, as a 10th grader, has a 4.14 GPA. Again, she is in all weighted honors classes with the exception of advanced placement psychology. She is co-president of our photography club. She is the vice president of DECA, and she is an active member of the very, very well-known and very successful Norristown Area High School Chess Club. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyara Lynch. Our last 10th grader is Sam Rosenberg. Sam is a 10th grader here at the Norristown Area High School, currently has a 4.14 GPA. He plans to go to college after high school, enjoys sports, hanging out with friends, and wants to make sure that everyone knows that his parents are very influential in his education in school, and is another member of our very successful DECA program. Sam Rosenberg. A young man who was not able to be here with us tonight is Brian Montesinos Velazquez. Brian is an 11th grader with a 4.18 GPA, plans to go to college after graduation, and even though he does enjoy video games, I assure you that is not what he is doing tonight. Another 11th grader, Angel Patel. Angel is an 11th grader here at the Norristown Area High School with a 4.16 GPA. This year, she is taking 4 advanced placement classes, including calculus, government and politics, English language, and biology. Plans to go to college after her senior year, is in the band and enjoys playing the flute, and also wants to make sure everyone knows how thankful she is for her family being very supportive of her. Ladies and gentlemen, Angel Patel. Our final 11th grader tonight is Jensen T. Jensen has a 4.27 GPA, is currently taking advanced placement chemistry, English language, and calculus. plans to go to college after 12th grade, is a member of our National Honor Society, has played tennis since 9th grade, has perfect attendance since the 5th grade. The next line says he's determined to be successful, but I think his attendance record proves that, as does his 4.27 GPA, and he wants to thank his parents. Jensen T. Ladies and gentlemen, representing a very talented senior class here at the Norristown Area High School is Guadalupe Seoc Gill. Guadalupe, or Guada, as I learned she is known as, currently has a 4.41 GPA, takes advanced placement biology and advanced placement statistics, enjoys listening to music, creating music by playing the clarinet, and as if a challenging weighted honors and advanced placement curriculum was not enough, also works outside of school. She is also a shining example of the type of character that you find here at the Norristown Area High School. Guadalupe Seoc Gill. Another member of our senior class, Cameron Duncan. Cameron has some fans. Cameron has a 4.72 GPA, is currently taking advanced placement statistics, literature, government, and politics, plans to go to college after graduation, likes listening and playing music, reading, video production, wants to thank her mom for always supporting her. You did a great job. Has a 1540 SAT score, is the co-host of the Eagle's Eye, co-president of the class of 2018, and I must say was one of the first students I met here at the Norristown Area High School, and as soon as I met her, I knew I came to a great place. Cameron Duncan. And our final student who is recognized tonight is also not able to be here, unfortunately, but Yang Lin is a 12th grade student here with a 4.76 GPA. And Yang is not here tonight, perhaps because of a rigorous schedule that includes advanced placement government, advanced placement computer science, advanced placement human geography, advanced placement statistics. And Yang is also a tremendous young Norristown Eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of the Norristown Area High School.
Okay. I was one of those kids that didn't miss school from 5th grade to 11th grade. My teachers were begging me to stay home. They said, Mr. Harner, will you just cut class today? Couple notes, couple things real quick. Excuse me if I'm too loud. One is we're going to be taking pictures when we're done here for the inductees, so please stay here. For everyone else, we'd like to join us in the cafeteria behind the auditorium. If you go out the doors, left or right, you'll eventually get there. It's a big square here. And we have refreshments. And for those of you who we're going to now do the sing the blue and white, who would like to join us in that, if you turn to the next page in the program, you'll find the words. If you, like me, don't remember them. So at this time, everybody please rise.